All right, so this never happens. I had a 24-minute video all locked and loaded, ready to go and drop, where the rule set in the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight, there's been a bunch of conversations about headgear, 16-ounce gear, 16-ounce gloves, and all kinds of other crazy stuff. And there was a leak about that from the most credible source in the entire world. And that was related to the last time Mike Tyson fought against Roy Jones. A huge update that we never had any idea about. And it was like, is there any way that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul would be fighting under that rule set and we would not know? And now, not only am I going to show you what that leak was and what the rules were that Mike Tyson and Roy Jones were fighting under, but also now we know what the final answer is from MVP Promotions and what the rule set is between Jake and Mike. And so all of that is going to be in this video. So just so you know, I'm filming this right now a day after I made this video, and then I'm just inserting the answer. So buckle up. It's going to be a very eventful video. Okay, I'm not even going to hide the ball. They're officially licensed in Texas, okay? So this is a real bout. These guys are going to decapitate each other. And here's the deal. Jake Paul is going to be enormous, as we're going to talk about in this fight. In this video, Roy Jones is going to talk about what it's like to fight Mike Tyson. And he's going to tell you some secret stuff that no one ever knew about that fight, which makes you have to completely reframe watching that fight for footage of Mike Tyson fighting and should make you way more afraid of Mike Tyson. We're going to do another video about that later today. He talks about, bottom line, the secret's out. They are allowed to go full throttle. And again, watch this video for what Roy Jones says about when he fought Mike Tyson, and watch this video under the understanding that had this not been a licensed bout, this is what we were up against. Okay, so we literally this morning, as of this morning, just found out it's a officially licensed bout. And so you understand how big of a deal that is. Here's what the video was going to be that I filmed yesterday with this leak from Roy Jones Jr. and all that. All right, we got some big updates on the Jake Paul and Mike Tyson fight. Two things very notable, and one of them really important. More important even than the fact that we're going to look at Jake Paul weighing 230 pounds of muscle now, who's saying that he's just as fast as he was before. He's literally put on 30 pounds of muscle. I wonder how he did that. So we'll talk about how he's doing that for sure, and why he's doing that for sure, and why all of that is notable. And when I started this video, the whole big story was about Jake Paul probably doing a lot of juice in order to get to 230 pounds. And then I stumbled upon a 100 times bigger story that we'll talk about. But so I'm just going to get all of this out of the way out front, because I'm sure people are like, wait, you really think he's doing juice? So I just want to show you a couple things before we get into the video and not make you wait. Okay, so when you speculate on whether or not someone is on performance-enhancing drugs, a great place to look is the people around them, right? So John Jones popped hot for Turinabol or whatever 100 times, and coincidentally, so did his brother. Maybe even both his brothers in the NFL, like at the same time. And you're like, I wonder if they ate some tainted meat, you know? Or if maybe they were doing juice and they thought they had this test beat and they didn't. You know what I mean? So I will propose to you his brother Logan as an example, right? Now, again, I have no issue whatsoever with people taking performance-enhancing drugs if they are not against the rule set, you know? Like, if the rules are you cannot take testosterone and compete in the UFC, then it's bullshit if people take testosterone and compete in the UFC. I'm not naive enough to think people won't do it. But if there's no rule you're violating, then I don't give a fuck. I'll tell you right now, I would do it in a heartbeat. Why not give myself the best opportunity to win in whatever I was, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, I did them when I was 20 just because I wanted to look, like I just want to look yoke walking around my college campus, you know what I mean? But more so at night when I was like, hey girl, what are you doing later? You want me to beat up your boyfriend and then sling you over my shoulder like a fucking caveman? Because this is the kind of guy that could do that for you. I'm just kidding. But yeah, anyway, so you look at Logan Paul in this, photographs can be doctored, right? Okay. Video, pretty crystal clear. Okay. So I just wanted to show you this clip right here from this video, because like he has his shirt off and I'm like, wow, this guy looks very different. I noticed this today. Very different than he does now. And this is not that long ago. So watch this.
Days, and a lot of creators have this. And I feel like I've discovered actually what my burnout is, and it's an exhaustion. It's an exhaustion from being inauthentic for so long. Dude, that sucks.
Dude, you should authentically drop the lawsuit against Dylan Dennis so that, you know, all the bad karma that circles the world because of that can just magically disappear. I really genuinely believe that his fiance was so indignant about it because she was like concerned that if he found out that she kind of, you know, been a little bit of a party girl, that he wouldn't love her anymore. And so she was super pissed when Dylan Dennis was, you know, throwing all that stuff around. Logan doesn't know how to protect his girl, you know, because he can't really do anything. So they sue him and then it stops. And then now they're in this situation where it would require Logan to go to her and be like, look, Nina, like, let's just drop this thing, dude. Fuck this guy. You know, like, let him live his sorry ass life. We're doing our thing. It would require a little bit of fucking balls now to just go to your girl and be like, look, I know you were mad now, but we're in a great spot. Let's just drop this fucking thing. Who gives a shit about Dylan Dennis? Is what anyone with any balls would do. Anyway, but you can see right here, he is very, very skinny. But here, right? Does that look like the same person? So if we're assuming, you know, and they're in Puerto Rico, I assume, you know, Puerto Rico probably not super hard to get your hands on some testosterone or whatever other stuff. So I think it is relatively fair to assume that Jake Paul's body transformation, and I will show you a picture of Jake Paul later in the video because there is a picture of him weighing 230 pounds. I don't want to get your hopes up. It's not like he's out there like, ugh. You know, he has a shirt on. You can see he's super yoked though, but I just wanted to get this part out of the way so you don't feel like I'm hiding the ball too much. But I'm telling you right now, that seems like the big reveal of the video, and it's not. There's a much bigger reveal that I have for you guys that came out of the same interview. So where we found this out is in an interview between Sugar Shane Mosley, who's Jake Paul's former coach, and Roy Jones Jr., okay, Roy Jones Jr. obviously fought against Mike Tyson in the exhibition a couple years ago. Shane Mosley hung out with Jake Paul and he tells, you know, Roy Jones that he's 230 pounds right now and looks good, whatever. But in that conversation, Roy Jones says two very notable things about Mike Tyson and about their fight. One of them made me extraordinarily excited for this fight with Jake Paul. And the other one, I was like, I'm sorry, did you just say what I think you said about the actual rule set that you were fighting under? Because I've never heard this before. No one ever told us that that was the rule set you guys were fighting under. And I can promise you, if this ends up being the same type of exhibition that fight was, and so they're going to be under the same parameters, there is absolutely no way that the public is going to know that, because that would make it about 100 times less interesting. Okay, so now we're going to get into the Roy Jones, Sugar Shane Mosley portion of the interview, where Roy Jones is going to reveal the real rule set that him and Tyson fought under, which was the original point of this video, which has now been updated, obviously, because I'm in a hat and filming this morning and putting it into the video that was already ready. But he's going to tell you what the exhibition rules may have been had this been an exhibition and not gotten officially licensed. And then he's also going to tell you some really scary things about fighting Mike Tyson. So there's a lot more to go. And as you do this, then obviously we're going to get to Jake Paul looking diesel. Shane Mosley is going to talk about seeing him in Puerto Rico. And there's a picture of Jake Paul also. So there's a lot more to go. Buckle up, but it is officially licensed, and that is very exciting. It's going to be taboo for people to publicly say, like, I'm really excited for this fight, but bottom line, I'm really excited for this fight. Or at the very least, I am, assuming that they are actually fighting to knock each other out like we have assumed, you know? Now, Jake bulking up to 230 pounds, I mean, that certainly indicates there's a high likelihood that he's trying to knock Mike Tyson out. I don't know how Mike Tyson could punch someone in the head and not knock him out, but nonetheless, right? Assuming that that is the case, and this is what they're doing, and they're going all out, I am very excited about this fight, and everyone else is going to be also. I don't care what they say. You could pretend like you're not. It's going to be taboo to just publicly be like, I can't wait for this fight. But I generally just don't give a fuck about that. Like, I'll just tell you exactly how I feel, and I can't fucking wait for this fight. But, you know, the reality is it's a free fight on Netflix. It's going to be an enormous international event. It'll probably be one of the most watched fights in history because of the fact that it's on Netflix and it's free, and it's Tyson and Jake Paul and the clash of like this young up-and-coming influencer versus one of the greatest boxers of all time. And you look at the footage of Mike Tyson, you know, like hitting pads and training, whatever, he still looks incredible. And Roy Jones in this interview is going to tell you that Mike Tyson still, as of 2 years ago, punched him harder than he's ever been punched in his entire life. Roy Jones Jr., okay? Roy Jones Jr. said no one has
ever punched him harder than Mike Tyson did in that fight to the body. And he said, guys that are not used to getting punched like that are not going to be able to take it. Bottom line. Like his take was, now, you know, again, there's a lot of nuance to what he says because he also then is like, whoa, this, you know, the fact that Jake Paul's that big makes a huge difference. So I'll let him explain it. But I mean, this is just reality, man. He said, if someone is not used to getting punched by, you know, that heavy, they're not going to be able to absorb it. And so he's like, I think Jake Paul's going to have a really serious problem. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. I appreciate you guys' support. All I ask, if you're going to watch like, you know, more than one or two of my videos, like if you're watching like a fifth one of my videos, I just ask that you subscribe, you click it one time and you're done with it. I appreciate it. And like this video, you guys, help a brother out. All right, so let's rock and roll. All right, so big reveals coming right now. You're going to get to actually hear from Sugar Shane talking about Jake Paul's weight, and then, but much more important, Roy Jones talking about Mike Tyson's punching and their exhibition rule set.
Okay, so I have another question because I think I asked you this before. You know, so you fought Mike Tyson, right? You've been with Mike. Well, you didn't fight him, but you did exhibition with him.
Exhibition,
and
right.
when you did the exhibition with him, I think you. What did you tell me? What happened when you did the exhibition? What did you feel about Tyson when you did the exhibition with Tyson?
Mike Tyson's still the strongest puncher that I've ever been in the ring with, ever. At 55 at the time, now I think he's 57, about to be 58. He's still the strongest puncher I've ever been in the ring with. First time he hit me in my chest, I feel like a mule had kicked me in my chest. So if he hits anybody on the chin with a shot like that, they're going either out or they're going down, especially guys that are not used to being hit like that. You know what I'm saying? With the exception of people like Evander Holyfield and Lewis, these guys are bigger and they can take it. But Jake Paul, I don't think he's gonna be able to take that. It might hit him on the chin like that. We'll see, but it's gonna be tough. He may surprise me.
Do you think that Mike Tyson was going all out with you, or do you think that he was like, I mean, like a sparring session? I'm noticing hard.
I think he went all out to the body. I don't think they went. They told us we better not be out there trying to take each other's head off, or they're gonna stop it. So you couldn't go out to the head, but to the body you could. And
say what, son? Say what? Now, that is one of those things right there that had been rumored forever, but not verified. And now that it's, at least unless Chael got bad information, which I don't see why he would have, and this is going to be under an exhibition rule set, then Roy Jones Jr. may have just told us that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul are not allowed to punch each other in the head hard, you know? Now, again, I hope I'm wrong, dude. I absolutely hope I'm wrong. I hope that this is not the case. I hope that they just did that because they're like, come on, guys, you know, Mike, you guys are, you know, well, Roy Jones is still fighting professionally then, you know? Maybe they're like, Mike Tyson's 55, man, you can't go hard to the head. Maybe, but this is a totally different ball game. Like that really was meant to be kind of this, like, you know, legends get in there and whatever. I really can't exaggerate how disappointing it would be to find out that Tyson and Jake are not allowed to punch each other in the head hard. And I'm not trying to be insensitive to like Mike Tyson's health. I think he's going to knock Jake out, dude. Hey, you know, I'm a Jake Paul fan. Everybody knows, right? I'm not hating on Jake Paul. But just in terms of exactly what Roy Jones just said, he said, no one has ever hit me harder than Mike Tyson did. That's Roy Jones, dude. That's Roy. Ever? He's never been hit harder than Tyson. Who do you think has been hit more times by bigger guys, Jake Paul or Roy Jones? So for 100% sure, Mike Tyson's going to hit Jake harder than he's ever been hit in his entire life. Think about taking a shot to the body from Mike Tyson versus Nate Diaz. You know what I mean? Like, who has Jake faced that hit him with a really, really heavy, devastating shot like Tyson? Nobody. So that makes me ecstatic about the fight. And then the rules. And you're like, dude. And I feel like, I honestly, I feel for the promotions company in this situation. If that is the case, it's not their fault. They can only do what they can do, you know? They can only do what they can do. And if Texas won't license the fight, they have to do an exhibition. And for whatever reason, that is the rules. I mean, I don't even know who would enforce that rule, you know? Anyway, let's continue. And Shane will talk about he'll talk about Jake Paul's size and how he's feeling, and then Roy Jones will say some interesting stuff about the fight afterwards.
To the body, he was throwing some vicious body shot.
Wow. So
Yeah.
So Jake, I just seen Jake yesterday, and he was 230 pounds. He looked kind of big. Yeah, he was 230, right? I was like, damn, you big.
Well,
like, really big.
That can make it interesting then.
So, and then he said that he feels as fast as he was at 185 or 90. He's still young.
If he's at 230, that can make it very interesting.
So I'll pause there real quick and show you this picture of Sugar Shane Mosley with Jake Paul. He's got a shirt on. You can't really tell. I mean, he looks thick, dude. I mean, you can see across his chest. He looks thick, much, much thicker than he did before. But, you know, without his shirt off, you can't really see what he's packing. But you can just tell by his shape, he's diesel right now. So that's what that is. And let's continue listening to Roy Jones break this fight down, though.
Yeah. So, so yesterday I seen him. He was 230. He was really big, and it looked like he was comfortable in the weight. So I know that Mike Tyson likes to fight in close,
right?
Like he likes to bob and weave and then get close. So do you think that I haven't really seen Jake fight in close like that?
No,
you know how to do it.
No, Jake's not gonna fight close like that, and Jake can't stay away from him because Mike's not close the gap too quick. I thought I could stay away from him. I couldn't stay away from him, and I know I'm better at staying away from people than Jake is. So no, Jake won't stay away from him, and that's why Jake put the weight on him, because he knows he's not gonna be able to stay away from him. What he's hoping is that he'd be muscled enough to push him backwards and keep him off of him, but he won't be able to stay away from him. He knows that.
So what do you think?
So Jake Paul's best chance is being able to push Mike Tyson away from him. Let's continue.
Think about Jake being because he used to wrestle. He was a pretty good wrestler, I guess, in high school or whatever it was. So maybe he can wrestle him and then do something with him. Do you think that's a possibility or not really?
What he better know how to do is wrap them arms up. That's what he better know how to do. You can wrap them arms up, you okay. If you can't wrap them arms up, you never kiss it goodbye.
Yeah. I don't understand why they took the fight. Maybe they think that he's too old and they won't be able to wrap him up, or he won't be able to like get close to him, or they can push him back or something like. But the trainers, what do you think that is going in the trainer's mind? What they're going to work on to keep
they're getting
Tyson
big enough
at bay?
They're getting big enough to tie him up when he get close and to push him away when he gets close. So they know they've been watching the fight. They know the thing to do is tie him up when he get close and push him back right away. That's what they're trying to do.
And
that's what they're trying to do. Key point: trying. Let's continue.
And what is your theory on that? Because you've been in the ring with him. What do you think?
If you can push him back and you're big enough, then that's a good idea, because he doesn't fight as well going backwards as he does coming forward.
Okay.
But if you run into one of them B's where you're trying to push him back, that could be problematic because you've never been hit like that before. So we got to see.
Yeah, and the guys at the other little weight, they come up from my weight to fight him.
Yeah,
now he fights somebody that's bigger than him.
There you go.
Yeah, that could be a
dude. I gotta say, man, these guys have a lot of respect for Jake Paul's skills. You can hear it. You know what I mean? Like, you can hear it. These guys, they're talking about Mike Tyson, and Roy Jones Jr. is not being dismissive of Jake Paul's chances in this fight at all. And he's heaping praise on Mike Tyson, and he is no way being dismissive of Jake Paul at all. And I think that's notable. Like, people should notice that and go, damn, like, look at how far this kid has come. I know people are going to hate on him all the way, but like, I mean, put some respect on the kid's name. Even if he does go out and get starched, dude. Like, it takes brass balls to take this fight. And who knows? Maybe he wins. I mean, I don't think so. But we'll see. All right, let's wrap this thing up with some master trolling from my new favorite boxer ever, Ryan Garcia, except for Mike Tyson. Listen to this. Okay, this is him throwing. He did a diss track, dude. But check this out, dude. This is him trolling Devin Haney.
He'll ever be the same?
He smoked that dude.
Now, you don't think Henry will ever be the same?
Never. He'll never be the same again, bro.
I want my win to have some validation to it. I want him to come back and beat Rollies.
You know what I'm saying?
He should fight Rollies.
That'd be
Who do
sick.
you want to fight next?
You fight Pitbull. He fights Rollies.
That makes sense. Hey, I'm his promoter now.
Running on.
Hey, hit me up. I'm your promoter now. I'm your promoter and your daddy. I'm Bill Haney now. I would promote Devin, though. I'm a good promoter. Devin, hit me up. I got you.
Dude, you know what's funny too is actually in the interview that I showed you guys earlier, Roy Jones talked about the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight. I almost was going to show it, but I was just like, dude, I'm already showing so much of this interview. But I will just tell you what he said, and it mirrored exactly what I said, which was he said that he spoke to Devin Haney before the fight, or he saw Devin Haney talk. I can't remember. One of the two, but Devin Haney said, I don't even know if this guy's even taking the fight serious. And Roy Jones was like, that I knew he was in trouble because I knew I'm like, this guy's playing games. He's like, Ryan Garcia is playing games. And when Devin Haney said that he's not sure if he's taking the fight serious, then he's going in there thinking he might not even be taking it serious. And Ryan is very serious and super dangerous. He said Devin Haney fought a very strategically unwell thought out strategic fight. And but I would highly encourage, if you're interested in those two guys talking about the Garcia and Devin Haney fight, you should definitely go watch it because it was really good. Okay. Oh, he dropped a diss track against Devin Haney. Let's listen to that, dude. This guy is so funny.
They didn't think that I would win, but I won. They didn't think that I would win, but I won. I got in there and got the job done. I'm the best in the world, #1. Got that Haney pack flowing in my lungs. Really gave that boy some beats, he my son. He was asleep on the ground, he did not respond. Called an ambulance.
No, he didn't. The story's good enough as is. He wasn't unconscious. He did not respond. I'm #1. Okay, now also, here's him and Colby Covington. Now, this is funny, dude, because I love both these troll-ass motherfuckers. All right, let's watch this.
Then it's head. So then I could go. Okay. And you would not expect it. No. So it's either head or which one do you want? I don't know. Or it's and then if I see you lean back. It's so you jumping into it like are you putting the foot forward? Are you rotating the leg? Okay. So now it's if your head is covered. Okay. Now if it's
I love this shit. I absolutely love this shit.
Then so it's whatever you see.
That's sick. And then Colby's all, check this out, dog. Here is any grappling technique on earth, because I'll be teaching you things. But yeah, man, that's why, dude. That's why MMA guys cannot successfully cross over to boxing in almost every case at the world-class level, because these dudes in boxing are specialists, okay? Take all of the time that these guys with wrestling bases or whatever, or even kickboxing is totally different than boxing. Basically, I mean, you know, obviously the transfer's a little bit better, but like, you take all the time these guys are training mixed martial arts and they're only training boxing. Like, I don't understand why anyone would think that they're going to be able to go over there and beat like a world-class guy with knockout power. That's the thing, dude. The Anthony Joshua fight, well, Tyson Fury too, but like those bouts were the very first time that a world-class boxer who had knockout power faced a very, very, world-class MMA guy in a boxing match. And you saw what happened in the Anthony Joshua fight. But that's why the Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor fight was so brilliant, because you knew Floyd's not going to knock Conor out. He's just not a knockout puncher anymore. But yeah, man. I mean, it's obviously, if they try to go the other direction, it's going to get ugly as hell. But anyway, so listen, I do not know if, as a matter of fact, let me just throw it out to you guys. Do any of you guys know if standard boxing exhibition rules are that you are not allowed to try to starch the other guy? And the other question I have is, was the Vitor Belfort and Evander Holyfield fight sanctioned or exhibition? Because if that was exhibition, I mean, obviously Vitor was trying to kill Evander Holyfield in that fight. So, maybe we're going to be good to go. I don't understand why You know, I mean, maybe like, why would somebody say, like, it's one thing if Tyson and Roy Jones agreed to it, but like, who is there that's like, hey, if you start throwing heavy shots to the head, we're going to stop the fight? Like, who's going to stop the fucking fight? It's not sanctioned. There's no governing body. So who's stopping the fight? What are we talking about? You know what I mean? But man, that is an important question to answer before we do not pay for this fight. That's the thing, dude. When you're giving it away on Netflix, it's like, even if that is the rule set, they're like, oh yeah, I know. Hey, should I refund you your money? You're like, yeah. They're all, should I? Should I refund you your money? Yes. Well, unless you signed up for Netflix specifically to watch this event, no. You know, because like, I think because Netflix has such accurate, streaming data, it's going to be so insane to find out how many people stream this fucking fight. It's going to be so fucking crazy. And then also people can watch it later. And I mean, I cannot even imagine the number of streams that fight is going to get. I honestly, like, I want to throw a number out, but I don't even know what a realistic number would even be. It's going to be so fucking high, but they better be able to try to knock each other out, man. So anyway, that's what I got. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. Bye.